Ain't no crystal pop, just the top, some 40 ounces getting twisted off often. No bling blings and shiny things, cause everybody I know ain't ballin'. I don't know any Pablo Escobars, and he made men from the Gambinos. But I know gangsters that'll rob you for a crumb like it was a kilo. For real though, I know bras that'll sell their bodies, give a pimple of the proceeds. I know crackers that'll sell Similac while the babies are at home hungry. Stay among me, so many try to act like they don't know this. It's like selling crack to a pregnant woman and try to say you didn't notice. But the coldest, the realest, we all see on a daily basis. Young kids catching murder cases, leaving mom with history faces. In a society that's so racist that it spawns negativity, and it always seems to end up in a black or brown vicinity. Like little Jimmy, how's that story start? Once upon a time, I was a young cat on the grind. He lived in the building next to mine. Used to like the way I rhymed and tell stories about the body, yo. Used to tell me about the dope game and how far away he liked to go. He was a young buck in his game. I was 20, he was 9. He didn't even have a brother, so I told everybody he was mine. His mama was a crackhead that used to turn tricks for nickels, and Pops loved them both when Jimmy was sucking his mama's nipples. Life was never simple, circumstance threw him to the streets, cause mama can't support her habit and look after Jimmy's needs. So the streets embraced him, gave him the game and then it laced him. But no one had a clue that the game was soon erasing. I paint vivid pictures and give the accurate descriptions about the realest shit, cause I ain't into kicking fiction. I know the street life, lifestyle broken, scandalous. I call it how I see it, cause I was raised up in this madness. I like the sadness, cause the streets ain't got a conscience. I'm living for today because tomorrow wasn't promised. I remember Jimmy when he first came out of the house hanging. Wanted to be around the big boys when we was out on the block slanging. And I still recall the first chance he got to make some money. Hold this little Jimmy, and we gon' make your pockets chunky. Now he's learning the world when he should have been on the playground playing. Instead he's hustling and gang banging, you know what I'm saying? And you could truly say that he was a product of the environment. And sometimes I gotta wonder if I was strong enough to survive that shit. Cause can you really say that every night you went to bed hungry? Or have you ever said the words that my mommy doesn't love me? If the answer's no, you couldn't understand little Jimmy, or why he was selling dope, smoking weed and sipping Remy, while other little kids was playing with G.I. Joes with the swivel grips. Jimmy was on the track running from tasks, trying to get his chips. But listen to this, he was a little boy trying to survive, and this is the saddest story I ever told in my whole life. And I damn near cried the way birthdays and Christmases used to miss him, filling out a list of presents and knowing he wasn't gonna get them. And that's the kind of shit right there that robbed Jimmy of his childhood and pushed him into the fast lane of the dope game of the neighborhood. I paint vivid pictures and give the accurate descriptions about the realest shit, cause I ain't into kicking fiction. I know the street life, lifestyle broken, scandalous. I call it how I see it, cause I was raised up in this madness. I like the sadness, cause the streets ain't got a conscience. I'm living for today because tomorrow wasn't promised. Many months passed by with little Jimmy getting his paper, still a prisoner to his mommy, and there was no way he could escape her. Cause now she wanted to know about little Jimmy's whereabouts. Since he always had the product, she always wanted Jimmy in the house. For the first time in his life, she's paying him some attention, but now he's giving her dope in exchange for her affections. Cause a little boy would do anything to hear his mama say I love you. Could you imagine if your mommy didn't love you or didn't hug you? Little Jimmy knows, and it must have broke his little heart. Watch this woman that he loved so much tearing her life apart. As the story starts to take a turn off to the worst, because little Jimmy's dead and his mom's a murderer in the first. As the story goes, she came home one late night tweaking, looking for some dope while little Jimmy was in the bed sleeping. She couldn't find no dope, and I guess her mom must have snapped. She took a pillow off her bed and brought it back to where Jimmy was at, and she didn't shed a tear as she put the pillow over his head and kept applying pressure until little Jimmy was dead. And the next day when I heard about it, I wasn't even surprised, but the hood got hella blurry as the tears filled my eyes. I thought about how it happened and it was way before his time. Oh yeah, I've mentioned little Jimmy was only 9. I paint vivid pictures and give the accurate descriptions about the realest shit, cause I ain't into kicking fiction. I know the street life, lifestyle broken, scandalous. I call it how I see it, cause I was raised up in this madness. I like the sadness, cause the streets ain't got a conscience. I'm living for today because tomorrow wasn't promised. I'm living for today because tomorrow wasn't promised.